Hey, what's going on, everyone? How you guys doing today? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is Stranger Days, and YouTube has been, a bit of a pain in the ass for a lot of people, right? This website that 2 billion individual unique snowflakes use every single month is always under fire for one thing or another, and quite frankly, a lot of the times, it's deserving. Poor practices, not fair treatment, just really weird things that they do, a lot, the changing of the system without communication really does bother a lot of people. But when we're talking about YouTube today, it's actually over something good. And the question then will be, will we see YouTube be, I guess you could say, rewarded for this behavior? And that is, YouTube is suing alleged copyright troll over extortion of multiple YouTubers. Chris Brady seemed to target the Minecraft community, according to the lawsuit. Now, here's the thing with YouTube. When somebody files a copyright claim, like the DMCA video, they're saying to the government, they are legally saying, like they are legally making this a thing, that it's their content that has been misappropriated, that's been re-uploaded without permission, things like that. There are a lot of false DMCAs that happen. It's happened to me multiple times and a lot of other people as well. And so it's this very kind of murky place when it comes to somebody filing a claim. But this is not one of those situations. And here's why. YouTube is going after an alleged copyright troll for using the DMCA provisions, alleging that Christopher Brady used false copyright strikes to extort YouTube creators, harming the company in the process. Now YouTube is suing Brady using the DMCA's provisions against fraudulent takedown claims, seeking compensatory damages and an injunction against future fraudulent claims. And this is a good thing. Now, when YouTube says that this has hurt the company in the process, I mean, I don't know. It's maybe through employee man hours and having to process the DMCA, file it. Maybe it goes through legal. There's clearly going to be something here financially that's going to hurt the company. Otherwise, they don't really care. And I think the rest of us all kind of know that. But it says here, the lawsuit, first spotted by Adweek, alleges that Brady sent multiple complaints that a couple of Minecraft gaming YouTubers, Kenzo and Obby Raids, infringed on his copyrighted material in January. Their legal names were not listed. YouTube removed the videos that Brady claimed were infringing on his copyrighted material, as the company does whenever a claim is submitted, because they legally have to. I just want to make that abundantly clear. In this situation, in this moment, they legally have to do that. Now, Obby Raids was sent a message by Brady, according to the lawsuit, that stated if the YouTuber didn't pay him $150 via PayPal or $75 in Bitcoin, he would issue a third copyright strike. This would essentially terminate Obby Raids' channel and remove all of his videos from the platform. Kenzo was sent a similar message, but Brady requested $300. Obby Raids spoke about the situation in the video, noting that he made multiple attempts to get in touch with someone at YouTube, but didn't make any progress. And that, of course, is a massive problem for creators, myself included. I have a partner manager, but I only hear from the guy like really once a quarter. And while I, with over 100,000 subs, can contact YouTube, anyone under 100,000 subs cannot. Team YouTube is barely helpful for what it is, and it feels like you're oftentimes just shouting at a wall, trying to get any kind of help whatsoever. So this is one of those situations where these dudes were trying to make us think about it, and they felt like they weren't being heard. And I guess they weren't until they ultimately were. Now, it wasn't until Obby Raids and Kenzo spoke about their alleged extortion on their individual channels that YouTube's team learned about the issue. Still, the company alleges that Brady continued to go after members of the YouTube gaming community. He allegedly sent 4 copyright takedown notices to YouTube between June 29th and July 3rd, stating that YouTuber, Calvin, I'm guessing, infringed on his content. Copyright claim abuse, often referred to as copyright striking within YouTube's community, is a big issue on the platform. Third-party companies and aggressors will often use this tactic as a means of making a statement. Sometimes creators will weaponize the ability to make a claim while feuding with another creator, and that does happen. We regularly terminate accounts of those who misuse our copyright system, a YouTube spokesperson said. In this case of particularly egregious abuse, where the copyright removal process was used for extortion, we felt compelled to pursue further legal action to make it clear that we do not tolerate abuse on our platform or its users. And I should just point out here, because I know there's going to be comments on this one, reporting someone for harassment, hate speech, or bullying is not the same thing as filing a copyright claim. The two are vastly different and come with very different sets of courses of actions and things along those lines. that is just something to consider because I know people are going to be saying something about it. So that is that. False DMCAs and false reporting are bad, make no mistake, but the two are not the same thing. Now, Brady's case seems to have been unusual in a number of respects. YouTube also alleges that Brady used at least 15 different online identities, all of which YouTube traced back to him, in order to serve various copyright infringement claims. The time spent on the investigation caused YouTube to expend substantial sums on its investigation in an effort to detect and halt that behavior, and to ensure that its users do not suffer adverse consequences from it. As a result of Brady's actions and the methods he took to cover up his identity, YouTube may be unable to detect and prevent similar misconduct in the future. And here's the thing with that. They're always going to have that problem. And here's why. They are unable to stop a copyright claim from coming in. They have to act. They legally have to act when a claim comes in. And they legally have to act when a content ID claim comes in. It's up to the user, it's up to the YouTuber in this case to more or less come back and say, no, this is my content, provide as much information as they can to prove that it's their content, and hope that someone at YouTube sees this for what it is and stops it. Or when they send the counter notification back to the person who made the claim, that they then drop it. Oftentimes that doesn't happen. Oftentimes the content, the copyright claimant, and this happens a lot with movies and music and game studios, the claimant will come in and they'll say, oh, yeah, well, no, we're keeping it. And at this point, they sit there and say that their claim is upheld. Then you have that ability a second time to file a counterclaim. But YouTube warns you, if this happens, if they don't release the claim, then they are legally obligated to sue you. And that puts the content creators in this real bad situation, because most content creators that do this thing full time, they don't have the money to hire a legal team to defend themselves against a fraudulent copyright claim lawsuit, right? They don't have the money to defend fair use. They don't have the money to do any of that. So they end up just letting it go, letting someone steamroll all over them because they are unsure of the process of how to protect themselves. And they are afraid that if they fight back, they're going to lose everything. And that's one of the things why this Brady guy allegedly was doing that, by putting that fear in content creators with a low enough sum. That extortion plot probably got paid off a few times. And good on the other guys for coming out and actually saying something about this. Good on them for actually doing it, because this is something that does need to happen. And it is going to take all of us on this platform to really fight back. So there's that. But I do want to hear your thoughts. I do want to hear your opinions. I am looking forward to what you have to say about this in the comments. Let me know. If you do want to help support the channel, one of the things you could do is hit thumbs up. You guys could share it around, or you could become a channel member. Check it out. Help out the channel. This will probably be demonetized. Most videos are demonetized these days. There are lots of topics YouTube doesn't want you talking about, and talking about YouTube is sometimes one of those topics. Anyway, I appreciate everyone watching, everyone's thoughts, everyone's opinions. Have yourself a great day, guys, and peace out.